So welcome to the latest episode
All
of
right.
The Altar, where obviously I'm joined again with Yimra and Ben, and we have a special guest, great boy Death Squad, Gary, the freest citizen ever, living in New York. How you doing today, baby?
What's going on? Going good.
Go, yeah. So I decided Yimra's always drinking when we're recording this stuff, so I figured out today at 6:30 in the morning on my way to work, I'd go in with a mask on and buy two Modelo's, so I can be a part of the fun.
It's Modelo time, baby.
Modelo time, puto. So what are we talking about today? I figured considering we're on almost pretty much the 1 year anniversary of the 2 weeks to 4 weeks to flatten the curve, we could talk a little bit about how the hospitals have been for you specifically, and maybe talk about, maybe a specific Tumblr post you made that I like to mock you about. But
Yeah, we
first,
we should definitely get into that.
yeah, so the first things first, obviously, just for anyone like unacquainted with you, get I about your anarchy story that we do with everyone else. Give us your how you became an anarchist, like anything specific, in a couple minutes or less. Like your road to anarchy.
I mean, it really started. Yeah, uh, it really started in high school. I was super into hardcore punk and um going to shows and stuff, and I hated being in school. I hated my teachers. I hated the cops. But at the same time, like while I was there, like in our little scene, there was this kid
Hold
that
that
was like
thought
a
for 1 second,
fucking
Yimra. There's
super hardcore
Gary's
communist.
feedback's coming from your end. I don't know if you got to turn your volume down a little bit. Sorry. Oh, and while he's doing that, oh yeah, my feedback's even coming from you too. Yimra. Maybe you do have to do the automatic voice sensitivity just because of your setup,
Yeah, yeah.
something like that, or turn echo cancellation back on. Yeah, because what I like to do over here is constantly fuck with how we record everything and make it a problem every week. It's a staple of the show
I
because
was
my
about to
internet
say,
sucks.
like, Matt, we're live right now. Like, can you not?
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's a part of it. If people are gonna be, hey, you want the nitty gritty, baby? Matt's fucking constantly with the technical shit. So now it seems like it's good. You want to talk? Say hi. Say anal, actually, real quick.
Sex.
Okay. I thought you were fucked up. All right, we're good. Gary, continue. I'm sorry. Sorry to interrupt. You're talking about the kid in high school.
Yeah. So in our shitty little fucking upstate scene, we had this kid who was like a very militant communist, and he was a dick, super big dick. He didn't have a super big dick, but he was a big
Tiny
dick,
penis.
and it just like turned me off to everything, to like any like last shed of authority that would come from anyone. And then and then you it's just the Ron Paul story
I
after
like how
that.
most people's stories like Ron
Because that was
Paul.
because that was because that was like, well, I mean, I definitely knew I was an anarchist before that, but like I was just like an anarchist in general, and not I just hated the government, hated school, hated all that shit. So I
Okay, good enough for me.
listen
And then
listen to that
let's
stuff.
do a little. You don't have to get super detailed. Don't get more detailed than you want to. But what is your profession and what do you do? Like again,
I
you can detail as you want.
I am a professional ass wiper.
Professionally asked what at a hospital.
No, I'm a EMT and a nurse's aide at a hospital. Yeah.
Oh, so you wear the little blue outfit, a little blue outfit.
Yeah.
Wait,
I look like a
do you
big
have to do
fat
something for the
blueberry all
beard
the
as
time.
well, like to restrain it, like the hair while you're working, or do you just let that shit flow?
I mean, I just let that shit flow.
He's got to wear a
It's all right.
beard net to protect against COVID-19. So
I've gotten so far over the course of like this whole thing, I've gotten written up twice because A, I didn't shave my beard, and B, I also don't ever wear my mask at the hospital anymore.
based.
Yeah.
How did they not fire you? I figured they would have fired your ass for that.
It's because while all the other nurses are making TikTok videos, he's actually working. So they're like, all right.
No,
Actually, like putting effort in.
that actually is what it is. Like I've been told by not the our manager that's like directly over us. But the only reason why they don't write me up more is because I'm the only person that doesn't call in, doesn't fucking um
That's
come in
amazing.
late and shit like that. So they don't fire me.
Basically, so I just want to talk to you about your whole like, because we've briefly like talked here and there about how the hospital's been and all that shit. Like, so over the course of COVID, how fucking crazy has the shit been for you? And what, like, give me like the stories that don't violate HIPAA or whatever the fuck.
I mean, there was a couple. So honestly, in the beginning, I was very, very worried because in the beginning, you remember they were like, "Don't wear masks, don't fucking," Fauci was,
Like
you know,
every
you
Asian
can go
person you
outside,
meet.
go down, and Nancy Pelosi was like, "Go down to Chinatown and hang out," and I was like, "They're not taking this seriously." Yeah, and they were like, they didn't seem like they were taking it seriously. So I was like, oh fuck, these people know something and they're trying to kill us all, which is my usual reaction to that group of human beings. But with it pretty quickly, I realized that it wasn't going to be as bad as it was. And it did get pretty bad, but not the apocalyptic scenario that they had laid out for us. We were full, so I work in an ICU, and we were full probably for like 3 weeks straight, with everybody vented, everybody on everybody on like isolated and restrained, and just there was a lot of people. We did have a lot of people dying, but it never got to the point where we were overwhelmed.
Yeah, because that was the whole.
That definitely was never a thing. It was hairy. There were points where it was like, oh my god, this could get worse. And actually, this last time around, the second wave or whatever, our hospital was down to about 3 or 4 ventilators, and we're not a huge hospital. We're we're a small upstate New York
Upstate New
hospital
York, you don't need many people. How much you
with
charging? Probably
16
God
beds.
damn.
Our ICU. Yeah. Tell me about it. But it was never going to be as apocalyptic as they had.
Well, yeah, because initially,
And I realized
what
that
was
pretty quick.
because initially they were like, I think it was supposed to be by if we didn't, well, they'll say that we flattened the curve enough to where it didn't happen, but they were talking about like 2 million dead or some ridiculous fucking number.
Yeah, the original number, and the number.
Ben, pull that up for me because I can't, or it'll break my
it was
feed.
the 2 million number. That was the one that was floated the most. So, but we were never that close. Our at one point, except for the ICU and the 2 wards we had set up specifically for COVID, were completely, I wouldn't say completely empty, but we were pretty close to empty. They laid off, or not laid off, they furloughed about half to
Jesus.
3/4 of our staff at the hospital. And for a long time, for most of the summer, there was almost nobody in the hospital staff-wise. And then on top of that, just everything that the hospital did, they either were lying or hiding things from us.
They're hiding from. What were they hiding?
But one of the big things that was like our major complaint in the beginning was they were telling us that they were going by the CDC guidelines to clean our N95 masks, and the method they were using was they were basically using a hydrogen peroxide gas to clean it. And if you went on the 3M, that fucking corporation, the 3M and the CDC guidelines website for reusing the PPE, that wasn't one of the recommended. It was actually like the worst way to do it, they said. So, yeah, and I got COVID while wearing.
Oh, I didn't know you got COVID.
I was, it was a new one at the time, but yeah, no, I got it. A guy coded, and I went in to do chest compressions, and the respiratory therapist let the bag, so it's a bag we use to push oxygen in
I've
people's
watched
lungs
Scrubs.
through an ET tube. It popped off. Yeah. You've seen that bag. They fucking it popped off, and I got
Mm.
sprayed right in the face with.
If you were
hot
wearing your
gas.
mask,
It
you
was
wouldn't have
the
got
inside of the
COVID,
tube.
faggot.
Yeah. So, and I actually had at that time I had trimmed off most of my beard, so I had like a fucking goatee
Okay.
and like a shitty mustache. So like it actually was fit. It fit, and then after that I was like,
Yeah.
well, now it doesn't matter. So
So how
I already
was
had it,
COVID
so
for
fuck
you?
it, I'll just grow my beard back out.
If I may ask.
It was definitely not the sickest I've ever been, but pretty close. But I mostly just slept for like 18
Oh,
hours
dude,
a
you're
day.
pretty sick.
So I don't.
Sounds
which I
pretty
was
sick for a different reason, you know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, it was. Well, I was pissed off because my brother had gotten it the week before, and he didn't have any symptoms whatsoever, and just spent
Hell
2
yeah.
weeks drinking.
Oh yeah,
playing video
nice.
games.
Okay.
Fucker.
Nice.
So yeah, because basically typical stuff like hospitals like laying off half their staff because because what was like who couldn't you take in patient wise?
They canceled. Oh, there's a lot with it. They canceled pretty much all our elective surgeries. So
You know, what like elective like
they canceled
life threatening elective surgeries or actually it's probably elective surgeries probably wouldn't be that because they're elective I guess or
No. So like
tell me.
an elective surgery is usually like it's like it can be life threatening. Like you could get a tumor removed. That's
okay.
considered an elective surgery. But so it's like getting your knee replaced is an elective surgery. Getting your
Getting your dick enlarged is an elective surgery.
I was gonna say, is like transition surgery
Getting-
technically elective now, or is that like something else?
No, that's
Ah,
mandatory.
it's mandatory.
You come in,
Fucking
you get the
Christ.
sex change.
Welcome
Yeah.
But
to
that's
New
why you gotta
York.
go in.
Your
That's
dick
what.
is forfeit.
you just
No, that's why you got to go in twice because you go in and you get the sex change, and then like, oh well, we got to do a sex change again because it's just mandatory every time you come in. So you get your dick
You just
back.
get like you just get, or you get like a bigger dick installed.
Yeah,
Accident.
So I
you're
can
like,
get,
wait a
big
minute.
milkers or what?
you know.
Like I didn't have
We have
foreskin.
we're
Well, you
running
do
a special
now.
actually. We're running a special actually, so 2 dicks for the price.
That'd be
of
great.
one, so
You kidding?
come through.
'Cause I'm thinking two is better. Okay. Anyways, dude, this beer's hitting, bro. I haven't eaten breakfast or anything. It's feeling good. Feeling
Man's
good.
fucked up off of one singular Modelo. Yes.
Hey, it's technically 2 beers, baby. It is because
The
we're
tall
drinking.
boy.
It's a 24 fluid ounce, so that's technically 12 ounces. And
Give me
normally,
24 fluid ounces
Hell
or something
yeah.
else.
oh, you know what? If you don't shut up, I'm gonna start covering you in pepperoni.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah, because
Okay,
you put pepperoni on an Italian sub, right?
Matt, that's not the first
mean,
time
if
you
you
threatened
want.
to put your meat on him.
Ooh,
And
that
it's
won't
not going to be the
last.
last.
Yeah. So, okay, so like you just cancel like elective surgeries, for example, trying to bring it back on topic. What other stuff was it?
Yeah,
Just
so-
elective or?
Yeah, it was mostly the elective surgeries. Our hospital is like a stroke center, so they canceled. So even with that, we weren't getting the patients that we were before, which was the scary part. Like, I'm terrified that they're gonna come this summer, people are gonna start going to other people's houses again and be finding dead bodies.
They're probably gonna smell it first. Like you're just gonna walk through
Oh
a
my
neighborhood and
god,
be like,
yeah, no,
what?
especially here.
Yeah. Oh my god. Are you kidding?
Well, because that's the thing. Because a lot of people were scared to even go to even canceling elective surgeries. Obviously, that was a negative, negative because you couldn't get the income. So yeah, that's right because they furloughed half the staff.
Yeah. So elective surgeries are usually a hospital's big money maker. So
Yeah, so that's why it hit that off. And the stroke center, obviously, jokes aside, about stroking. What's up, Yimra? What's up, baby? So like the stroke center stuff is like any like ER emergency because like how many ER emergencies were people coming in for? and how many got turned away?
I mean, well, I don't think they weren't turning people away. That's for sure. But they had like scared a lot of people away. They basically made it sound like coming to the hospital was a death sentence, which kind of
Yeah,
was,
what's
but, you know.
yeah,
So what's new?
could have been. Yeah, so what's new?
So,
Dude, I got pneumonia being when I was in hospital for my meningitis. Like I got meningitis outside. Like I think, like I said, like I think I got it from my flu shot because I don't know how else I would have got meningitis. That's the first and last flu shot I'll ever get. Trying to kill Whitey
Yeah.
over here. So got meningitis and then I was in the hospital. Whoa, calm down with the quotes. I'm half Mexican too. Sure.
You pass.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
You
I'm
passed the
passing.
color grade test.
No, so I was in the hospital for like 4 or 5 days and trying to figure out everything. They had to do a spinal tap to figure out I had meningitis. And then I got out and it's like I had trouble breathing in and all that. But my wife loved it because I wasn't snoring. So I wasn't snoring during it, but I'm
Ooh.
like, yeah, this is a
no
problem.
more
So
nagging husband.
yeah, right. If the pneumonia didn't get me, she would have with a pillow, like you snoring son of a bitch. So no, like I went in like 2 days after, like, yeah, you probably have pneumonia because normally in hospital that's what happens. I'm like, why is that what happens?
Dude, yeah,
Can you explain it to me?
that is well, a big part of the problem is you're like laying down for like 5 days straight or
Yeah.
however long you're there, and you're not getting up and like moving and exercising your like lungs and stuff as best you can, like you normally do. So it allows fluid to build up in your lungs, and that's what causes it.
So
Especially
what you're
when you're
saying is,
sick.
if we can vape in the bed, then we get our lungs moving. We'd be good, right?
Yeah,
You just
yeah,
sit here and be like,
yeah. Or
See,
like
I thought it was a conspiracy to take me out because I was getting too close to the truth. And the
Yeah,
government couldn't
no.
handle it. Like, no, it's just you're
Well,
fucking lazy and should have got out of bed more often.
yeah,
So
that's
that was
exactly.
weak.
That's like 90% of like how people get pneumonia in the hospitals. They're just there too long, and they're there laid up like way too long.
I
Okay.
feel like though, if there was a film where the conspiracy was like the plot, I feel like Ben would have to be the protagonist.
Why
Oh,
would I
yeah.
be
Just
the
saying.
protagonist?
Because you
I
look
don't
sexy
know.
as fuck, baby.
Well,
Alright,
yeah,
that's
but
fine.
one, he's handsome. He's got the background to like fight the authority figures in the film. Matt's too cute.
Yeah.
He had to be a side character. He'd be like a side point. Like
I would be
to his
Ben's
travels.
gay lover that died, and he's going on a vengeful spree.
Oh,
to
Ben
revenge.
Pass. And then he
on
comes
a
back.
fucking
He comes
hospital
back to his
shooting
roots
spree.
in New York, and he's like, "Yimra, I must ask for a favor." And I'm like, "You asked
They
me on a
took
date.
Ben's lover. He took their foreskin this
You asked me
summer.
in a." and then I'm like part of the
What the
LGBT
fuck?
mafia. I'm part of the Velvet Mafia, so I'm like the godfather of like
Okay, wait.
the gay mob.
Let's play this out because like Ben's got the chain and shit, so he goes to the movie like there's like this gay drama or whatever. Like
Honestly, it
It's
sounds
like
great
fucking.
already.
It's like fucking John Wick. I gotta take this off and get it like stamped or some shit.
oh no, I was gonna get worse that you're like every enemy you killed like that you took their foreskin and you just had it on the necklace.
Okay, now this movie's not sellable. I had a sellable plot line. Now we
It's a
can't even
horror
make this
movie.
film.
No, okay, you haven't listened to your plot.
Calamari, bro.
I'm telling you, first. Matt dies as his gay lover
Mhm.
due to some type of government conspiracy, and then he's like, "I must go back to New York. I need to talk to my connections." And then I'm in like it's basically the Godfather scene. The only difference is there's like a gay flag you can vaguely see in the background, and I'm like the leader of the gay mob. I'm like, on the day of the Pride Parade, you asked for me a favor. And you're like,
The day of my son's gay wedding.
The day of my son's gay wedding.
"Bruh, I asked
God.
for you a favor. You know I cannot
Uh,
refuse."
So where were we? COVID stuff.
And then, yeah, and then I open
So
the wall.
Oh my god.
I'll stop my bit.
Jeez.
I'll stop my bit. I have to interrupt every once in a while with a bit.
Oh
that
yeah,
involves
well,
something
because
white, vaguely
basically
gay.
what I like my current idea of the setup of the show is, we talk about like most if we have like a guest on, we talk some serious stuff kind of in the beginning, and then just go off the fucking rails for 40 minutes.
Yeah,
right?
no,
Yeah.
20 minutes
that's
right
fine.
now.
Yeah,
Just go off the
no,
fucking
because
rails.
yeah,
Get the serious shit out of the
otherwise you guys
way.
would be really
Then
fucking
we talk
boring.
about like a medical
Yeah.
drama where it's just twinks, and the issue is that there's too many tops and not enough bottoms in like so like everyone's can't fuck each other, and it's like
And
Hellfire Station.
In between TikTok dance skits, our hero must journey deep into the hospital.
Deep into a bottom.
Oh,
He must have
Oh,
gay
God.
sex to cure him of the since you can't get it through
So,
anal sex.
so
I'm
question.
gonna
So
need
I got a
harder
question.
liquor than this.
so why didn't you get laid off? Because you got that much
Just because of
job
the,
security over
just
there?
because of no, they would have.
No, I don't have job security.
No, it's just because of the unit I work on. I work in the ICU. They didn't lay any of us off.
you can work at my
So-
unit anytime.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, perfect. Okay, that makes sense on that. Oh, because it was just this COVID shit. I mean, because we're like, it's going to be what,
Well,
a year in like 2 weeks,
Yeah, and
something like that.
yeah, it's good.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's about a year now. Because last March was when they did it. They started the lockdown.
yeah. It was like end of March,
Actually,
whatever.
the county that I actually live in a different county than I work in, and the county that I originally lived in, they started canceling school earlier, like in the like kind of towards the end of February.
Yeah, so they got to
No.
jump on the fake virus.
Yeah, so they had
They got the email too early, and they were like, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
Yeah. So they started early, and we actually, even down there, they didn't have any cases till we had cases up farther where I work. So that was kind of
Interesting.
Then the other big thing that people don't talk about, you have to be from New York to have heard this usually, but Andrew Cuomo was going to come up and seize at the height of COVID. So he had completely ignored that ship that they had in New York, and then the other makeshift hospital they had built down there in the city. And his plan was, if it got too bad, he was going to send the National Guard and state troopers to seize upstate New York ventilator.
I
come
remember
and
that
get them.
shit.
Yeah, mine from New York. I remember that.
Yeah. So that was the craziest thing to me, was that he was going to do this to us when we had sent upstate had sent nurses down there, had done all this other stuff already, and we were pretty short on ventilators ourselves, and he was going to try. I don't know if I don't think he would have taken them off of living patients, you know what I mean? But whatever spare ones we had, he would have taken.
We
Ooh,
give him
Jesus
that
Christ.
benefit of the doubt, but really, we don't know. Like, he could have just literally
You know
walked
what,
in and just
Andrew Cuomo? You know what? You're right. I have no doubts that Andrew Cuomo would have intentionally killed people to make himself look better, which is
Oh, yeah.
what
Listen,
he
I mean,
actually did.
which
he
is
has those
what
nipple
happened.
rings.
So
Those nipple rings had like
Yeah.
heavy conducting magnets for his nipple rings, and they would just kind of suck all the like
So he
important
could.
medical items he wanted to steal from upstate New York and put them in the
Yeah.
city.
Put that motherfucker in an MRI right now. Put
oh
him
my
in
God.
there.
Dude, it'd be so easy
Jesus.
to hit him with a fucking car battery because he's already got those conductor.
You lost Craig.
Oh, Craig's
hold
dead.
up.
No, that's all right.
Yeah,
do
Craig's
we
dead.
need Craig? What does Craig do for us?
Jesus.
Hi, Craig.
Yeah, sorry. We don't necessarily need Craig, because we have the backup. Like I can just splice it together.
Right.
No big deal.
Okay.
It's one of those things. Just whatever. That failed to join for some reason, but it's okay. So yeah, but Como though, I like that. He was the model whatever governor for the whole COVID, got the Emmy and shit for being on TV all day. Okay, cool, whatever.
Como is a butcher. He's a
Yeah.
fucking war
Well,
criminal. As far as I'm concerned.
the media.
Unironically,
is
I'm not even being
fucking
funny.
done
Or
with him.
they're
Because
only done with him because now they have a scapegoat to throw under the bus for a bunch of other dumb shit.
They all that shit about the fucking nursing home started blowing up, and then everyone's like, "Well, this is my time to speak about him being a scumbag elsewhere," which is fair enough. I guess people saw the rats leaving the ship, and they're like, "Well, time to butcher this guy further."
Yeah,
It's
well, like
possible.
they
it's
stripped him
definitely
of his emergency powers and shit.
Honestly, what I think it
Yeah,
is
that
like
that
I
is a
think all that shit like they knew that was going on, and it's like your typical like celebrities,
oh, they
politicians
definitely do.
like trading blackmail in exchange for power, and that was probably part of it. And they were just like, well,
Yeah,
you're starting to look pretty bad, and if we let this go, you're gonna make our COVID thing look really fucking bad. So
We need to make you people
well,
forget about the nursing homes. Go on to this.
yeah,
I think I mean, it was definitely intentional. Like, I completely believe that 100% because
oh yeah,
he was trying to inflate the numbers because obviously it was. I mean, it was bad. Like,
It's New York City, and people are gonna get fucking sick. Please,
yeah,
you find
it
new
wasn't
germs
like,
every day.
yeah, it wasn't like, it wasn't like a cakewalk or anything, but it's definitely the like hardest thing that I've done. I mean, I've been in healthcare for since I was like 18,
Okay.
Dancing Queen.
and it was definitely like the hardest period of time of like my I guess career or whatever. But it wasn't. It was never like it definitely wasn't apocalyptic, and he wanted it to be. And when it wasn't, I think he intentionally started trying to make himself look better, and then by killing people intentionally, and then then that backfired because he had ample opportunity to send nursing home patients to other places, or not keep them in the hospital and send the non-COVID related patients to like the I forget the name of the ship, but the
at a
Navy ship they
hospital
had.
ship in New York City,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Well,
he completely ignored.
I like that, like, his plan, which is honestly based in Red Pilled, is that he killed a bunch of people right off the
No.
bat, so it looks really good for him. Like, well, look, like, all these people died right at the beginning, and then just whatever from there. Just kidding. I actually think it
Yeah.
even shot up more because
It did.
the lockdowns
like
didn't work.
Well, no, they didn't, and they didn't work. And not only did they not work, but they didn't work with like 90% compliance in New York State. I don't remember where I read that, but there you couldn't go anywhere without like a good example is a couple of my neighbors. They wouldn't even like go out in their own yard for like the entirety of the beginning, before the
I
second
remember
wave.
Really?
that shit.
Like, yeah,
Find new
they would
neighbors,
not leave
dude.
their
Shit.
house. I know. Tell me about it. They wouldn't go outside, go for walks or anything. They wouldn't go to. They had all their food like. So where we rent from is like kind of an upscale on. We're renting a guest house on somebody else's property, and like, it was crazy because like we would like when I was
Mitch.
home, I would go. Every day. I'd get up and go, go for a walk or a run or whatever, and you wouldn't see anybody. It'd be ghost town, and I was like, "This is crazy. You can go outside. I don't know. Told you can't." Like,
Shut up, Greg.
Sorry about that. Basically, I'm gonna stop with Craig killing, and I don't know why it's doing
Okay.
that. So we're just gonna go with the video audio for this one, and hopefully no one complains because the worst part of it's gonna be my end or Ben's end.
I think we should be okay because like I do have the backup too, so you could rip the audio from that, I guess.
Yeah, actually, that's what I want after this. So sorry, we're having technical difficulties over here because Moonlit
Oh,
is a
technical
fucking
difficulties.
moron.
very, very.
We're
Let
here
me tell you.
live.
On here.
All right,
Listen
so
here.
anyways,
Listen here, sugar
here.
tits.
Listen here, jabroni.
Hey, Cheech.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that. Maybe it's a hot time for everyone to be recording podcasts, and that's why Craig's dipping because it makes no sense as to why.
Tuesday morning is really when everyone's doing their podcast.
Hey, they might be.
Hey, they might be. They're fucking stupid.
Hey, Ben. Google error code 1006 for me, real quick.
Error code 1006.
Everyone in the podcast audience is going to be a part of this. I'm not editing it out and up. Damn, I was so happy about it because I'm like the audio from Craig was so crisp when me and Ben tested this.
What was the error code again? 1006?
Yes, for Craig.
Says you're gay.
Craig. Okay.
Says you're gay. And
You
you're,
suck,
did you
bro.
know this? Did you know
Bro, you
this?
take it and someone milks your prostate. Hello. I'm
ooh.
glad that post got
My
as much controversy as it should. I make
what
I
post?
made it if they can't milk my prostate.
When did you do this?
Just like a couple. I literally made it. I literally put the post at
Wasn't it
like
yesterday?
11. No, it was like a couple of days ago. I put it at like 11 at night. I went to bed immediately. Yeah, woke up. I
I
just
got
saw like a being very upset or being like, "Dang, yes."
check that out because that's fucking amazing.
I don't. It's so of things that on that stupid fucking web, like people get mad, over. And like and then like I'll get mad over something stupid, and I'm like, why are you like this? Why are we all such fucking?
Yeah, that's why like
idiots?
9 out of 10 times I see a post that angers me. I just kind of be like, that's it.
Yeah, I don't get mad at Tumblr stuff. I mean, because it's like, what's the point? Like, really, what's the point? Like, it's
Okay,
not
well,
benefiting
you
me.
know,
If I spent all this time arguing with someone,
I bounce between that so bad. Some days I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why are you doing that? Other days I'm
Yeah.
like,
Oh yeah. Oh Ben, I remember. I
oh, you
saw that
remember?
too.
yo,
Oh, that was
Enrique,
rough. There was no winners today. I'm gonna be honest, Ben.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
rough.
I was.
Did you
I
like?
used to.
Did you talk to him after? Be like, hey man.
Oh, Enrique?
Yeah.
No, he sent me a message, and I was like, very like, he was trying to like save face, and like, I do at least give him credit. Like, he at least like wished me well and shit. And I'm just like,
So
dude,
mean. So
like
mean.
I never wished ill on him, but it was just like, bro, like you're just be consistent. Like that's it. And like he
I
tried
feel like
playing.
there,
He played like the whole like, oh, you don't know what it's like, and I'm just like, bro, you had satellite internet and you pretty much always had food and like all this shit. I'm just like, you had American benefactors paying for your college. Like, how many of your countrymen had that going for them? Like, again, I'm not saying like, you shouldn't have that. Like, we were happy to help at the time, but it's like all of a sudden we're the bad guys because the people who wouldn't help you before told you to do something and you did it, and we were like, hey, that's not, like, obviously we're gonna fucking question authority, and you're like, you fucking idiots, and I'm just like, hey, 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 and yeah,
I didn't.
he didn't
I
like
didn't
that.
know any
and
of
then
this.
both of you guys got heated like a
When was
fucking
this?
microwave meal.
It was, yeah, dude, it was like, it was
You
not
guys
good, but it was
got
just,
mean with each other. I was looking at us.
it
There's
was
no
like these
mercy here.
little
You both are
things
killing each
like
other.
here and there that just kept building up, and then like he did like he would take like fucking like side commentary from all of his fucking friends who beat off to planes and tanks all the time. And they're like, oh, these people don't have any compassion. They don't care about people. And I'm like, you are fucking beating off to Lockheed Martin. You shut the fuck up. Like, let's really do numbers right now. Let's see who's killed more people. COVID in the whole fucking world or Lockheed Martin in the whole fucking world. Let's take those numbers right fucking now. Because I guarantee you, we could just do fucking like, I don't know, Grenada and probably not, maybe not Grenada,
well,
but just like,
technically, Lockheed didn't technically kill anybody, so your argument's
oh,
invalid.
God
Could
damn
you
it.
imagine if I believe that shit?
But it's just like,
yeah.
I can't, like, dude, how do you get that disconnect? Like, you can't play the compassion card and literally, like, you can't beat off to murder machines. Like, listen, I love history. Like, I will be the first to admit, like, German World War II tanks get me wet. However, I got that whole fucking,
Jewish
like,
guy.
beat up. Yeah, exactly. Ironically. Again, I have, like, a fucking German Mauser, like, behind me. And like again, like okay, I still do appreciate that shit. Like I see like an F-22 flying over because I live near an Air Force base, so I'm like, cool. But I don't like. I'm not like, oh, dudes, look at this. This is the best thing ever. Like, God bless America. Like, like it's especially embarrassing because like Lockheed Martini or whatever the fuck his name is, he lives in fucking like England or some shit. Like you live in England and you're like a fucking lickspittle for American imperialism, and you're trying to tell other people that they're embarrassing because they don't have compassion. I'm just like, bro, like not only again are you like supporting American imperialism, like you're not even American. Like that's
Hate to see it happen.
seriously.
All right, I want to divert back here real quick because Gary said that he got in the healthcare field when he was 18, and now I've got a very
Yeah.
important question. Did you ever talk to anybody over the age of 21 while you were 18?
No, not once.
Oh, really? So
I've-
whoever hired
I've-
you was under 21?
Yeah, I've lived by that
Bullshit.
moral
Fuck
code
you.
my entire life.
Up until that moment.
Never.
So I want to
never-
get to that post because it was so fucking funny to me because you just got like just straight up taken out.
So,
taking the
first
fucking
of all-
ratio, and so to
First
speak.
of all, that post is not fair. The person I was referencing,
Was a
specifically,
pedophile.
was a. I don't know if he was just straight up.
Well,
pedo,
if he
but
was talking to anyone under 21, he was a pedophile.
Let me just say that certain people within our group know exactly who I'm talking about.
Oh,
Do
yeah,
I know who you're
remember.
talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
so I do not know who you're talking about.
So
Just put it
he
in the
was
text chat.
You know him.
You know him. Trust me, you know
Yo,
him.
put in the
So-
DM real quick, somebody,
what's
and you, Gary, you continue.
Yeah. So that post was like, well,
Give it up
first of
on
all,
Craig.
I was on my way back from New York because I was living in Texas at the time. I was on my way back to Texas. I was very drunk and on a train I had been on the train for about 24 hours at that point and had not slept. And
Yeah.
so that's when I made that post. But the person I was referencing had been soliciting photos from
Multiple women.
an underage. Yeah, multiple women, but also at the time she was underage.
Well, I mean, to be fair, in Ancapistan, I mean, could she get into a contract? What age was she? Could she
17
enter
at the
into a
time.
contract?
She was
Well,
17
she-
at the time.
She was like she was. Oh, she was.
She was
She was 17?
I
I
remember
thought she was-
specifically. She was like, it was like a month away from her being 18, so it's like.
How
Well,
old
like-
was
Yeah,
the
so that's why
offender
I'm
at
not-
the time? 21?
24.
4 or
He was
5.
older.
24?
Actually,
Yeah,
I mean,
24,
probably like-
25.
So I remember I was like 24 at the time, so he was probably like 26, 27. He's a couple years older than me, so.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
okay.
don't like
So-
that. No. Mm-mm.
So
Nope.
So
Ugh.
yes.
Kill that
So
fucker.
I made that post, but I'd also been told by a lot of the women involved not to actually say anything. But I'm retarded and can't keep my mouth shut, so I had to say at least a little something. And then so I made that post, and I definitely got fucking fried for it, and it was pretty funny. Most of everything that was said to me was funny. I weirdly got a lot of death threats about that, which is
Why?
pretty normal for Tumblr.
Yeah.
That,
You know
that is on par.
I have no idea.
If
I
you-
mean,
I don't
if you
think I've
trace
ever
those
gotten a
IPs,
death
all
threat.
those death threats come from the House of Representatives in Congress. So.
yeah, it was almost
Jeff Merritt is what you're
entirely
saying.
from Jeffrey Epstein's island.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like the reaction to it was really funny at the time. Like, I genuinely like the original joke was by somebody in our group. That's what like started it, and it was funny. And his joke was funny. But then like, you know what's fucked up is that my brother saw it on the front page of Reddit like
That's
like a
right.
year later and brought it up at Thanksgiving in front of my entire family. So
But I mean, like, that'd be a point to defend. Like, it's not
Amazing. What?
so
Well, it was funny to me because like just the general roasting of that was what was hilarious to me because they're like,
yeah.
oh yeah, like me, like sorry, I can't speak to you, nephew, because you're under 21 or something.
It's like, well,
Or
Yeah,
you call
no.
911 and the operator's like, I'm sorry, if you're not over 21, I can't speak to you any longer. Like that
Yeah,
funny
no, that
shit.
was-
Not like any death
that was-
threats is just stupid. It doesn't
no,
make any sense.
I did get a lot of death threats. It was weird. Like
There's always
Dude,
just one guy though.
I
Just sending like
I
38
said-
different ones.
I made a post saying healthcare is a human right. Thank you for my time, and I never got death threats. Well, the death threats I got was like, well, I hope you don't have any life-threatening conditions that you need healthcare because you don't think it's a human right. I was like, okay, well, I have healthcare,
me-
so we're fine.
at the time Tumblr was a
Okay,
much
let's go to the
better
hospital.
place.
Listen,
that
if
was
you haven't
bad.
gotten at least one death threat, you haven't done it, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you gotta step your game up, son.
It's very awkward
Um,
because I can tell which kind of political ideology it is. You know, every time it's a different. And I'm like, usually like a handful of communists at least appreciate me, but then I get like one from the fascists, and it's just funny. There was actually a post where I was like, oh, this guy's got like an SS thing, and then someone was like, it's like, so it's scary. How is it scary? You know, like it's just a bunch of posts about nature, and I just link like what the SS is, and it's like I'm a fascist. I know what that is. I was kind of like, all right, well,
all right.
Fair enough. I really have no more further
Yeah.
like conversation to be had here. You admit you're a fascist, and then you agree that that's fascist. All right. What's there to gain at this point? I always think about that post. I'm just like, well, I can't be like, I'm gonna kick your ass because like, what's the point? Like, just post address, I guess. I don't know. We can kiss
Post
maybe.
address. So yo, kiss, maybe cuddle a little bit. I don't
Yeah,
know.
listen, I'll turn the tide. You won't be a fat. You'll maybe like a homo fascist. Listen, it's all about psyops
That's-
here.
Every time I get followed by anyone with like a Nazi symbol, I'll go on their thing and I'll look at it, and it's all like latex fetish, and I'm like, this is you guys are pathetic.
You know, and again, I always like, whatever you're into, blah blah. Mine's not. I mean, like the latex, and it just looks uncomfortable. Like, do you put baby powder
Oh,
on,
yeah,
or like an
that looks-
oil, or like butter? Like, what do you do to get that shit looks uncomfortable?
They do.
Oh, they actually do. Like, is it oil or like baby powder? Now I'm curious.
They have milk
Brother,
baths.
No, I know that they put like
I thought the milk bath thing was like
'Cause-
the weird Nazi thing.
because
teeth,
you
I
know
know.
I was, I support my boy Cybersmith, 110%.
Oh,
on.
you do.
That's
God.
Wait,
That's
time
the
out
king
real
of
quick.
Tumblr.
Time out real
That's
quick.
That's
We need to
that's
have
the
him on here.
fucking king of Tumblr.
Matt.
Oh my
we
God.
have to have
Dude, I
him
wanna be
on here.
for that.
All
That's
right.
my
Does-
fucking
is he
Alex
still
Jones,
active?
like Tim Dillon.
We can
Alex,
find him. He's on Twitter.
man.
He's on Tumblr
No,
sometimes. But we
not
get him
my
on
boy.
Twitter. We can get
Oh
him
my
on here. I
God.
need to have him on here.
Fine.
I need him.
I'll do it.
Oh,
I
Just
want to
because
meet
of
him
the
in
drinking.
person, but I'd be scared.
I'll
I know
do
he
it
wants my
because,
ass.
dude, you know what? Watch that be the most popular. Watch that be our most popular fucking episode. Is because we have the Cybersmith on. All right.
I need to kick his brain.
Dude, you gotta do it. You can't just.
Do I need to crack another beer right now?
You
Is that
do.
what we
We're
You
talking about
gotta
the
get Simmons
Cybersmith.
on.
All right.
Yeah, do it.
Okay.
Pussy.
Okay, who has got the best intro for people who do not know who Cybersmith is? Because like
You
some
know what?
people listen to this
Let me handle this.
All right,
I think
you
I
got
can
it
pull
because
off-
like I know like I got like my sister is starting to listen. Actually, funny story, real quick. This is my sister, the cam whore, who's ex cam whore, I should say. Is she a text? Let me actually. Yeah, what's her snap? You like I know. So what'd she say? Because it was fucking hysterical. Because she called me the other day because we hadn't talked in a while. I'm like, yeah, I'm doing a podcast. She's like, really? Like what kind is like funny? I'm like, it's kind of funny, I guess. I'm like, we just talk, shoot the shit. And then she was like, so I linked it to her, and she was like, yeah, I listened to the first one. I jumped to the Capitol riot, which of course is the one where I brought her up in it. And she was like, LMFAO, like, quote, like, really, you're gonna joke about talking shit at your brother's funeral, but making fun of your sister's OnlyFans is where you draw the line. Then she's like, this is actually a pretty entertaining podcast, just the right amount of offensive. She's like, I listened to the first episode, then jumped ahead to the episode about the Capitol takeover. The intro is hilarious. Well, that was the one where it's like, welcome to the most based and red-pilled podcast out there. So, Yimra, give us the origin story of Cybersmith.
Okay, so the Cybersmith is a person who definitely existed for a while before everybody knew about his nonsense. But the post that got him really big and made him a name that you could pretty much Google right now, you'll find nice. You're going to probably find a lot of good content from him and people discussing him, is the one where he says, and I quote, "It's 2028. Your QPP enters the kitchen to drop off something from the vegan whole grain store while you're busy preparing some cupcakes. Decorate blah, 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 blah." Anyways, this guy talks about being in a cafe with his wife and family. It starts off very beautiful, where it's like, a nice picturesque like family moment out to the brunch. And then he brings up the human pet. And the human pet, generally, depending on which like piece of content he's talking about, is either there's a cock cage involved, or there's no crotch at all. It's just completely removed, or it's like hunted in, to use the worst word possible because we're talking about the Cybersmith. And then they're an amputee usually as well, or like something fucked up happened to their hands and legs where they can't fully walk, like the like ankle, like the tendon behind the ankle is like cut, so they can't fully walk. And basically, the picturesque family has a human pet with them as well. That's what? No, please, tell me what that is.
That's the best fucking thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Every
You don't
time
know, like,
someone
that-
brings
You
that
don't-
up
wait,
to me,
you-
I'm like,
You don't
it's
know the
so
animal
fucking
pet, like the
funny.
human pet? Really?
No, I did.
Important part of it.
But like, What I'm saying is that like the whole like lore of that, like especially his like stalking of Thivis, like
Oh,
that's how you
it's
say it,
pronounced.
right?
I thought it's pronounced typhus, like the disease, like
No,
typhus.
typhus would be like Ty.
Yeah, but we're also talking about me. I'm not pronouncing or spelling anything.
Yeah, I'm fucking retarded, so it
Oh,
doesn't matter.
typhus.
We're all based, red pilled, and fucking retarded here.
So, but yeah, no, that was the post that like launched him. Like everyone was like, "What the fuck is with this guy?" And I personally followed him just because I thought this guy's fucking nuts.
Oh yeah, straight
I did,
up. That
but
was
like
as soon as I read that, I was like, oh, I gotta fucking follow this fucking genius.
very quickly is he's most likely not joking because he's been doing this for very long, and he unironically does look like that. And I'm not gonna. We can't pull up a
Oh,
picture in this example. I refuse to Google it right now.
That's-
I don't want to find weird shit.
It's him. That's 100% him. Like
Oh no. He's done videos where he's talked.
I've heard him talk like on his own
Yeah.
face. He's got a Facebook page too.
Yeah. And he also talks about like the worst part is he has like a bunch of terrible political opinions, but every once in a while he's like spot on something, and you always see that post where it's like damn it, the guy you hate the most has the actual correct point.
I think Jenny, our friend of the show, Jenny does that all the time. Like she was like the worst person you know actually had made a good point. Oh my god, I'm trying to find this picture.
The thing is too, if you ever, I think I unfollowed him at some point because it was becoming too much, and I opened Tumblr like at work, and I cannot have pictures of dudes in diapers and like women that are not overweight.
Here we
Because
go.
overweight is like, yeah, that's Cybersmith.
Based.
But
Like, okay, just look at. I mean, sorry, podcast listeners, but viewers, look how based and red pilled this guy looks. Look at that. I wish I had that stash. I could make it happen today. I could make it
I think
happen
now he's like
today.
a full proper like mutton chop.
That dude like
Oh,
belongs
I like-
on a hill somewhere with a bunch of Imperial Japanese troops.
I
like,
fucking
shouting at
like
them
that,
to
like,
unload.
If anyone zooms in on that, I guess
Reference?
his name is on there. Like his real name.
We should edit that out. Oh, we lost Gary.
Well,
His connection was trashing out.
What?
it's gonna actually. No, he'll be back.
Yeah.
F.
But hey, you know what? Good thing that we're fucking. I guess we got the audio from when we're recording here. But no, like we don't even have to edit out because the problem is all you have to do is search the Cybersmith on Google. So if we're talking about it, anyone wants to know, it's right out there.
True. Yeah. Actually, no.
And
As well
I
as the
did it-
fact
I
that
did-
like what university he went to.
Yeah, and like I did it for my phone too, and it might be like a fucking fake name too.
Yeah.
Like, who knows? I don't know.
But yeah, no, I had to unfollow him at a certain point because the diaper and like the not like overweight, because overweight sometimes doesn't really mean much because someone like I could be technically underweight but I'm healthy. Someone could be overweight and they're technically very healthy and don't look, like death taking a shit. We're talking about like women that like if they sat in the seat I'm sitting, they would actually break it. I'm not even trying to be funny. Like abusively overweight, like the size of my desk. Like if they like hugged me, my spine would snap, and I'd feel the sweet release of death as like my soul left my body. Like wait.
What do you have against body positivity? Gary's trying to get back.
Wow, rough question. I say I actually made like a long ass post about like how most people can be very much attractive. It's just about like body language, how much like the confidence you carry, and like wearing clothes that fits your look and style. Like especially same with like haircuts. Like your face looks better with certain haircuts depending on the shape of it. And a lot
Your
of people
laptop
don't really
died,
know that.
didn't it? Oh my god, this is like the shittiest video ever. I'm hoping the audio's not gonna be bad.
Doing it in is what I assume. He just needs like glasses and a hat so he can make a boomer post. It's
I like that.
German
Like that's the
fucking
most.
camo.
The image is frozen for me. I don't know if it froze for you
Yeah,
guys.
no, it
but
is.
He looks like this looks the most based in red pilled image ever.
Listen here, boy.
Like,
So,
As he grabs you by the
dude
throat.
screaming in his truck.
Yeah.
My favorite one is the Italian guy who does it because he's Italian.
That's amazing.
But yeah, the Cybersmith exists. He is a man that's real, and we need to have him on like ASAP.
Yeah.
I'm
Hey, you
not
know
even
what?
kidding.
I'll reach out to him on Twitter. I'll find him right now. Is it the Cybersmith?
The Cybersmith.
The Cybersmith.
There's like a fake like Tumblr account with like an L instead of an I in there. That guy's fake. He just like
No, I
yeah,
want like.
I
want
had
the
my
real one.
internet just disconnected, so
Oh, I thought your laptop died, but you sound great. So.
Oh, but on Twitter, I believe that's a real him. On Tumblr, I think his real account is really hard to find because fake ones like Cyrus's was an L instead of an I. That one's a fake one. I just does it. Like you can tell it's fake because it's just how not enjoyable it is. It's just it feels too much to keep trying. Cyrus Smith is effortless. It is insane.
Effortless in his shit posting. That's what Gary really loves about him.
No, that's why for a while I thought this guy
Dude,
was
it's
like doing a bit, but like
fucking-
clearly, if he is still doing a bit, it is by far like some of the most like highest level of comedy I've ever seen in human history.
I think it
But I don't
definitely
think it is.
started as a bit, and he
Am I
just
working
kinda
again?
rolled it. Yeah, you're good to go, dude.
Yeah, you're
You're
working.
actually a little
Hey,
crispier
rotate
now.
your phone. Yeah, rotate your phone. Have it auto.
Is that better?
There we go.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's great, baby.
I'm so fucking beautiful.
So-
God, look at me.
We should just make this like a 2-hour episode, just talking random shit. Like,
Oh
who
my
cares?
This is the
Well-
most ghetto shit I've ever been part of. On the
I was gonna
internet.
say like usually we talk about like serious, but depending who we have on, we last like anywhere from 20 to 40 minutes, and then after that it just becomes insane ramblings, which no one seems to be against because
Everybody loves that shit. That's what they're here for.
Why would why?
They're like, all right, guys,
With
get through this
exception-
serious shit. All right, let's talk about twinks
Yeah.
and fucking.
yeah, with the
Let's go.
exception of our last guest, who has like a bunch of big boy words to use, we didn't really last very long into serious discussions, but he had like a lot of
Wait, who
like
was that?
big boy
Was that
words.
Marcel?
That was Marcel.
Yeah,
Was
that's the only
Marcel
reason
last week?
was it last week?
No, it was the week before.
Week before, yeah.
Whatever, I don't know. Time
Yeah,
is
because
relative.
we did the Wild
Oh,
Wild
Wild
West
West,
last
that's right.
time. Yeah. God, time's an
Marcel
illusion.
has like made me talk myself into positions that I didn't like originally have. But like following him is like one of those things where it's like, oh, you guys are fucking idiots and don't know how to argue the right way. So now I believe this unironically because you're a fucking dickhead and you argued it in a really retarded way. And now I believe it.
I like there was one post you made where like, me and Marcel are just gonna get our own property and fire off nukes at people, and someone's like, "Isn't that an NAP violation?" And you're like, "We're just taking care of them because they'll leave us alone." It's fucking great. Dude, non-aggression principle at some point. So yeah. So drinking was a terrible choice. Right. I should just like bring my bourbon to
The
work.
worst part is there's no
Dude,
timestamp,
this
so I know
fucking best choice. I've not been this drunk.
Well, it's because we haven't eaten. At least I haven't eaten. We'll be eating soon.
It's 11:55, you fuckers. I haven't eaten either.
There we go.
I
That's
just had coffee.
yeah. I had like 3 cups of coffee.
I've just been having the
Like
flask, and I have to go to the bank to get a credit card to build a credit score, and I have to get a haircut because this shit is getting wild. I need a
You
little.
know, dude, you don't have to go to the bank. Just go to creditkarma.com. Sponsor the show. Creditkarma.com. Go to creditkarma.com.
I don't have any available credit.
What?
I have as I've seen. I probably once I get the credit card, I probably won't build my.
No, Credit Karma.
Previous
Credit
purchases.
Karma. They help you. Like you plug in your info, and like you could apply for credit cards online.
Yeah, but I've already been using the bank I've been using, so I want to just see what their rate would be. Otherwise, I go to Capital One. They usually have the better rate for credit cards.
Oh, okay.
It's mainly
Yeah, they do.
so I can buy a stupid car because mine's still very much alive with 113,000 miles. I'm playing against God and all its great attempts at killing it.
You drive a Chrysler, right?
Yeah, the Chrysler 300 with 113,000 miles, which I will always say I've never
Hell
seen
yeah.
that car have that many miles on it.
What is that in twink years?
It's like 72. Drinks don't last too long. They do too much coke and like
Yeah.
kill their.
I was about to say you should have already been dead of AIDS by 10 years at that point.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It is actually really depressing. Like, jokes aside, it is really depressing. We talk to people of the gay community from like that era,
Yeah.
regardless of like people's opinions about like, oh, they should have hepatitis, blah, blah, blah. Because the ones that are alive did, and like all their friends died, and like half the community died out, and like the generation's still getting now. Not really old, but they are getting older. Like I talked to one guy who.
Yeah, AIDS is
Oh, boy.
like
Yeah.
AIDS is like
AIDS
what?
is so
That's
much
it?
more like prevalent than people think.
Yeah. In my
No,
county,
No,
in the New York area, it's actually pretty bad. I don't have it though, thank God.
yeah,
Knock on fucking wood.
Yeah.
Cops
thank
don't
God.
get AIDS.
I get checked.
Who are you talking to off to the side?
Don't worry about it.
It's like it was someone you fucked last night. Like, wait, what? Like, yo, bitch, why are you still here?
It's the
Like
Cybersmith.
Tuesdays, like my
He's
only
just
day.
chilling.
No, like
Oh,
literally
hi, Gary.
every Sunday and Tuesday I'm off, and usually those are the days a wonderful person stays the night, and that's besides the point.
Turn your camera.
I thought this was no, because we've had like a full on conversation. I think like one other podcast
About what?
where they added into the conversation that you barely heard. I know you heard it.
No.
Yes.
No. That was okay. So that was one of the first ones we did. So
Yes.
that person wasn't even gone. Was that the same person?
Yes.
Let me see a hand. I don't want a face. I just want a hand.
Skin color check.
Bring in a hand.
Hey,
Dude, your fucking
want a
thing is
hand,
sketchy
just a
as shit.
hand.
I don't know what.
just
I don't need a
hand.
face. Just to
Probably
prove you're
best not
there.
for a face because I don't want all the twin skips. Just a hand. Just a hand.
I like that tab. I'm running through the database right now. You done?
I'm running through.
Enhance.
Okay. Right. So wait, so someone's just been chilling in your room for the past fucking hour?
Yeah.
Just chilling like
Literally
okay.
every
That's
single
Oh, so that's
weird.
that's why your TV is on all the fucking time.
Oh no, that's just in the background.
No shit,
That's
it's in the
so
background,
fucking
dumbass.
No, but it's not playing. It's just on.
I mean, it's not just not
They're on
playing,
their
it's
phone.
It's on their phone.
Watching
Yeah.
TikTok or something.
Yeah, probably.
That's so weird. That is
What are you doing?
Weird.
Facebook. We live in 2021.
All right,
You don't
so
need
it's
Facebook
it's a
anymore.
woman or a very gay bottom.
Yeah.
We've ruled it down to
Your choice. Your choice, bro.
I'm gonna say that because of the whiteness, it's a woman.
Yeah, same.
Wow.
Are we
Wow,
right or
that's-
wrong?
I cannot confirm or deny.
We're right.
Oh, he
It's
just
a woman.
did. It's a woman. Yeah, cool. All right, got
Haha, you're straight.
that. Straight. You're straight now. Just kidding. And
Bag is straight.
Speaking of straight, and a little bit gay, Gary, how you doing with that hair, bro? Gary's got nice, luscious locks. going
Wow.
on.
You use like L'Oreal. What is it?
Oh.
Dude,
Oh,
Yo.
what is shit.
holy shit, dude.
What's the baby land?
No, it's fucking gross. I hate it.
Fuck, dude.
Have you been
gorgeous.
have you been
I gotta-
have you been growing that out this whole year, or is that like just a part of the process?
Yeah. No, this is probably like 2 years worth of growth.
Damn.
I don't know. I'm gonna get it cut soon because it's actually gross.
Alright, this is what you gotta
Fall
like,
out.
get the side shaved and just do like a top knot and just like Geralt that shit up.
Oh God. One of my.
I'm not a bisexual girl, so I don't know.
You can
I don't
be
know
with
if it's gonna work
Yimra.
for me.
Sales. He has like a man
That's true.
bun, and it's so, like, it's just bad. I don't know. I mean, I like it, but I don't like it. I feel like if you work at a car dealership, you manage like sales for a different like type of brand than the one I'm at. It just fits weird. Like imagine you're like some 6-year-old person buying, insert car brand here, and some fucking like 30-year-old dude is like with a man bun just comes in and is like, yeah, I can help you out with that deal. Take a couple bucks off. You give me a bottle of tequila.
Wait,
Which
I'm sorry.
which
I'm still hung up on the person in your room. What did she answer to last time we were on the podcast? Like one of the first ones.
I think it's a question, and he had an answer.
All right, so we just confirmed it as a she, just
Aha.
officially now.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's just good.
Good
Got
day.
you, bitch.
You motherfucker.
You like that? Like what I did there? It was so good. Man, I'm gonna do a branch off solo podcast on how to manipulate people into telling you what they want. I had some girl back in high school.
God, here he goes.
No, like I was fucking with some girl in our friend group or whatever. I was joking like, yeah, I watch you every night. Like you're like, I know where you fucking like, cause I knew where like, well, we've been over to her house and shit. We just like to the front, like the front of it. I was like, yeah, I know where you sleep or whatever and shit. I'm like, yeah, like the window facing the like road. And she's like, well, my window faces this road, right? I'm like, yeah. I'm usually parked right there. But some other girl in the group was like, he's just leading you to give him the answers to know exactly what bedroom it is on the top floor. I was like, oh, so it is on the top floor.
Got them both.
Got him!
What the fuck? Got him.
Yeah.
One time in me and all my friends were actually in one math class, and a bunch of stupid shit would happen. One of them was the math teacher asked me, "How do you read?" And it was such a weirdly like general question that I was like half awake. I did this with my hand. I was like, "You turn the pages like this." And it's like, "No, left to right." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And I was probably zooted as well, which didn't help. And another time, my friend was in front of me, and I go up right to his like right side ear, and I say this: "You smell better when you're awake." And he was like, "Yo, what the fuck?" Like, I'm just speaking the truth, brother.
I was like, wait, back up, what?
You're awake, bro.
I took a speech class in high school, right? So
Speech
I'm at
to
the front.
talk to people over 21. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, because I'm retarded. Yeah.
Well,
No, yeah, they were teaching me how to function as an adult. No, there's
How'd
this
that
kid
go?
Adam I was friends with, and he would he was all the way in the back of the class, and while I was up giving like a speech one time, he fucking pulled his pants down all the way down to his ankles and was fucking helicoptering his dick.
Wow, King, how big was it?
Speech. Actually, Adam had a hog. He was legit.
When you
had
start
a
whipping it
hog.
around, you get some.
Fucking
Yeah,
big.
Was
Dude.
it like, could you like hear
Dude,
the air
like-
from across the room? It was like.
Yeah. So,
It was
and then
like a ceiling
my friends,
fan.
chopper like.
No, the funny part is that my friend Shannon was sitting next to me, right in front of Adam, and she turned around and saw his fucking meat, and she just like, I could see her jaw just drop
She was like
all the way down to the fucking
ready to
ground.
receive it. Just
So I got done with the speech. Yeah, she was. I got done with the speech. I come over and she goes, "Adam's cock is huge," and she said it just like that, but like loud enough for everybody to hear it.
good.
That's
for
amazing.
Every to this day.
It was funny. I was.
Adam.
Good for that kid.
Well, the joke is like I can do the helicopter too, but mine's like more of like that back fan of the helicopter, not the main one.
Rotor. We should
Yeah,
get
the
one
rotor,
of those
bro.
helicopter guys to come on and give us exact dimensions of like the rear rotor.
So one time I tried to do the helicopter for my wife, and she's like, "Your dick's not big enough for that." I'm like, "Okay, cool," and I went and killed myself. I'm not even here right now. I'm a ghost.
That's
Ghost
why
is a
I'm
good
an
thing.
elevated plane from you guys. You guys are worrying about like if your dick can like be like.
Oh no, I actually
I-
to be honest, I don't care.
No,
I do
but
not
I'm
care.
not done. My priority is get my prostate be milked.
Yo, Ben, pull up that pulse real quick.
I'm good.
It's 3 inches.
Like, I'm
Go
good.
ahead.
I'm just gonna go.
You're
off
like
whatever.
I'm too far away from my keyboard right
Yeah,
now.
I can't reach. Just fuck. Just nothing. No. All right.
Man, I'm just my hands on.
All right. Well, honestly, I think it's time because like we'll just continue this. We'll stop the podcast because we're just gonna fucking shoot the
Watch us
shit.
get the most views because
Yeah, but just because we're just fucking drinking and being stupid. Well, here, you know what? Before we end it, Yimra, give me your pitch for a hospital show that's solely like a gay hospital with twinks, bottoms, all that shit, and about milking prostates. Go.
Okay, so we're in a hospital. It's upstate New York. Great start. It's right nearby, like
Already
New
gay.
Paltz.
Already
New-
absurdly.
We're
New
near
Paltz
like
is
New
not
Paltz.
upstate. New Paltz is
Okay,
not
all right,
upstate.
no one cares. No one
Upstate
cares.
starts
Say
after
New Paltz
fucking
is
Gary,
Albany.
shut up.
Downstate twink.
Gary, this is a show.
You
It's not real
fucking
life. Let him go.
You fucking downstate twink.
Let him go. Let him go. Let him just
Paltz,
talk it
Woodstock
out.
area. We're in that general region where all the hippies and homos are. And there's a hospital. It's got the
That is
pride
very-
flag
a
and a
very
peace
gay
sign on it.
area.
Yes, that's my point. Excuse you. I'm pitching my show. And then, of course, Gary's there. Gary is like the head doctor. He's got the lab coat, a little gay pen. He's not gay, but like he has to rein in the twinks. He has to be the straight perspective.
Twink
And
Wrangler.
every episode is like a different like issue where it's like, oh my god, I have a 12-foot dildo up my ass, and the doctors are like, how do we get it out? And then Mr. Longfingers, King Top, goes in there with the fingies, right? And he just prostate right out. But it's like house. So like there's a long like bunch of things they do wrong. They try to like get some honey and some milk in there or whatever else.
Valium.
A little bit of Valium. They try to give him a like
lupus.
no, actually there's a toothpick in her
So-
bloodstream. And
All right, so real quick, we're talking about gays. I have to cut it off because I opened my phone and I had Cybersmith's Twitter feed up, and he reblogged something 44 minutes ago with pictures right? It was two
Retweeted,
pictures,
asshole.
and it was
Does it look
someone. It was someone that looked like a chick, right? I'm like, it kind of looks like a dude, and then I read the caption, "You like girl dick, don't you, babe?" And I'm like,
Now,
we need him on the
maybe.
show. We need him on the
I
show.
just
That's what we need.
I
We
just
need
want to
do.
say one thing about that.
What's that?
Cybersmith and Dan, both like really thick girls, and I've never seen them in the same room
think of
together.
I was
point,
gonna say,
bro.
has anybody ever seen Dan and Cybersmith in the same room at the same
Because
time?
they're both gay,
That-
right?
that's all I'm saying.
God,
That's all I'm saying.
I should link this
That's
to
all
Dan and see
I'm
what he
saying.
says. Yeah, get through the whole episode, Dan, and tell me,
Dan
You
tell
call
me
that
what you
super
think.
only gay for thick black men, though. So like,
That's kind of powerful,
drugs,
actually.
Yeah.
It's pretty powerful, actually. I can respect it.
And Tom
Yeah,
Hardy. Tom
yeah.
Hardy.
Well, that's reasonable.
Yeah.
It's like my love of Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
Everybody likes Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
All right, so
That's-
finish. Are you?
Especially when I thought I played Warhammer.
Well, let's let Yimra finish his twink drama.
Yeah, so instead of like injecting like morphine into people for like painkillers, you just give them Zeta and like like a strawberry daiquiri.
And poppers.
Are all the
No,
ambulances
Poppers-
just Miatas?
All the ambulances are like those like little like 1980s like Cuban disco type beats. So it was like a Hispanic guy, really attractive, low cut like fucking nurse like outfit, hairy chest, mustache. Music's playing. There's a disco ball at the top, but it's got like the rainbow flag shit going off, and like some fucking music's going on. And he's just like grooving to it as you're going to cardiac arrest from taking too many uppers, and your dick's out. There you go.
I would
We're not-
watch
we're
at
not-
least 3 episodes. Of the
Yeah,
first season.
it gets
And the
better.
finale.
It gets better in the season where we introduce Ellen DeGeneres as the villain as she tries to like kill and abuse like every other person in the background.
Yo, Ellen Degenerate, right?
Hey.
Hey, all right.
How do you ignore the abuse of your own staff? Fuck her, dude.
Dude, that's
So-
she like anyone that talks about kindness and like loving people as much as she does is obviously fucking like
Her
a
and George
psychopath.
Bush
Like that's
were like buddies.
such a
Fuck
fucking
her.
cover.
Investigate domestic violence statistics among lesbians, and then you will find your answer as to why she abuses her staff.
Awful.
Dude,
This is
New-
not even
new
me being an
fucking-
asshole. This is like you can look this up and you're like, oh shit, okay.
Well, they're both carpenters and they
It's
both know how to
like,
use
in
hammers.
terms of
It's like they have
spouse abuse, it's like cops, and then right below that is lesbians. Let's put it that way.
Oh, shit.
dude,
You know,
unironically.
you know who is above cops? Admittedly,
Oh.
is what's the percentage? 40%? 41%? What's that percentage?
41. That's a different 41% statistic.
Yeah, but they're like statistically like over something.
actually.
Statistically.
Nurses.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna cut it right there. We'll continue talking a little bit after this. But Gary, thank you for coming on in your shitty setup in your car with your laptop. No, now you're on your phone.
No, I'm on my phone now, dog.
Yeah, I know you're on your
I
phone.
probably should
now.
have started here.
Yeah, probably.
Wait a
Because
second.
it's a better thing. We wouldn't have
What
that,
kind of car do you have, bro?
Honda Civic.
Because Yimmer's gonna sell,
All right,
sell you.
I'll continue this conversation after.
All
I
right.
can't discuss what brand I work for because then someone's going to eventually find where I work. I don't want that.
Yeah. Oh, I already know where you work because you posted it on Snap.
Well, yeah, it's different. That's different. You have
Yeah,
me on
like-
Instagram.
He obviously
Yimmer
man.
works at.
a Mazda dealership selling Miata.
Gary, thank you for giving us your time today, and everyone else. So we'll catch you next week.